Bellator here at the IBOP Vaults, and we're going to get into a Bellator 137 blog here. Bellator 137 schedules out at the Pechanga Casino in Temecula, California, May 15th, this coming Friday. Main event is a middleweight title defense for Brandon Halsey. He's facing UFC veteran Kendall Grove. I was going to say the lines for this card are not up yet, but I expect them to be up in the next 24 to 48 hours. As Bellator will usually have the main card appear at the books. We'll go through the main card here. Halsey's making his first defense since winning the belt in about half a minute from Alexander Shlemenko. Grove has had a couple of fights for Bellator. I think he's gone 2-1. But he's a veteran, and he's got a jiu-jitsu game which will give Halsey a different taste. Halsey is a wrestler-based guy. He took Shlemenko down and owned him on the floor. I don't think that Grove will give up a choke that easily. So if it goes that way, he's gonna have to show some different stuff. If not, they may slug it out at standing up. We'll see what he's got. Halsey's got a massive physical advantage in terms of strength and athleticism and stuff. So I look for him to be favored. The co-main event is Eduardo Dantas against Mike Richmond. Dantas is a former champion with Bellator at the bantamweight division. He recently lost the belt to Joe Warren. Richmond's a longtime veteran of Bellator. He's got a nice 18-5 record. This is a nice little scrap. If Richmond does come through, he might be in the title picture. Dantas is looking to get back there himself. One of those interesting fights coming up on the card there is Fernando Gonzalez, veteran, who's got a nice little 3-0 run going in Bellator, facing Curtis Melender, who's 7-1. Melender's a tall fighter for the weight class, and welterweight. And what you got there with Gonzalez is you got a veteran who, you know, people saw him pop up at Bellator and they thought he might be in over his head because they just looked at his record and stuff. But the guy really did learn how to fight, and he's fought very well in Bellator, found a niche for himself. Darian Caldwell is undefeated at 6-0, facing Rafael Silva, who's 22-4. And then a match I'm excited about is the return of Benji Radek. Radek, he's got a lot of fights. He's 21-6, but he hasn't fought in almost 5 years. And he's returning to face an undefeated kid named Ben Ryder at 15-0-1. Radek knows the big puncher. Radek physically will remind people, I think, a lot of Robbie Lawler. They're not the same fighter, but a huge puncher. And style-wise, physically and stuff, they were similar. We'll see what Radek has left now that he's in his mid-30s. But he was a heck of an athlete and big for 185, so we'll see what he's got left. The rest of the card, interesting card. I mean, they got Virgil Swicker coming back, a slugger at light heavyweight for him. They got a nice women's match between Adriana Jenkins and Arlene Blancow. Basically 13 fights in all on the live card. So a lot to watch there, Bellator. The card quality seems to be improving a little bit. But we'll see how this card plays out in the Bellator cage. Talk to you after the fights.